Just like in life, first impressions are the most important thing, especially when you're onboarding a new client to your white label HighLevel. GHL Plugins has solved this issue for you. With their onboarding tool, you'll easily be able to add someone to your system and give them the exact steps that they need to go through to get all set up for their account. In this video, we'll go over how to set up the onboarding tool and then how to use it. Let's get started. After you've logged into your GHL Plugins account, you'll immediately go to the onboarding tool right over here, and then click the link right below it. Now, I have already been experimenting. That's why you see 2 entries in here. But to start a fresh new install, all you need to do is click on the Create Template button here on the top right-hand corner. And then you're going to name that template. I'm going to call this the BI, for brighter idea, onboarding tool. Now, I have to then choose who this is going to be for. It can be for agency admins. This is possibly for a new employee of mine who would be going through and administering accounts, or for clients. In this case, I'm going to be building it out for my clients. I'll click on clients and then I'll hit create. After it's been created, there's a couple key buttons here on the bottom right-hand side. We have the ability to publish it. We have the ability to edit it. This would change the name and who it would be for again. This is the setup. I'll come back to this one. This is the one we'll be working in the most. After that, we have the exclude API. We have the duplicate, share. We also have settings. Settings is particularly important. I'll come back to that one. And then delete. So first, believe it or not, I'm going to go backwards. I'm going to click on settings. This one will allow us to exclude specific accounts. This is really important in case you have some clients who've already been on the system and no longer need to be onboarded. Or if you have accounts that you just don't feel that you need this for. And then all you need to do is click on add, and then you can add whichever account that you choose. You could choose all the accounts or you could remove all of them. Now I've obviously chosen to remove all of them. All right, so now I'm going to go over to the setup. The setup is by far where we'll be working the most. I'll click on setup. Now when we start setup, it's completely blank. We will click on add step to start. And the first thing you'll see is welcome to our platform. Right after that, we'll already have another entry. These are the entries that people will be able to use to do their onboarding. So the first one is very important. We'll name our platform. So welcome to our platform will be welcome to Brighter Idea, my particular platform. And I can leave a little message over here. Now this is a key button right over here. Very, very important, a key checkbox. This is to restrict the menu. What this does is it will gray out all the links on the left-hand menu so that a person needs to go through the whole onboarding before they can start using the system. Very effective if you don't want people to move further until they've done all of their onboarding. And then, of course, the automatic pop-up. So when a person first logs into the account, the first thing that they're going to see is this onboarding menu. So this is something we definitely want to leave checked on. I'm also going to turn on the restrict menu. Then I'll choose a color that matches my branding for my agency. In order to do that, I'll go to my agency. I have my logo here in the top left-hand corner. I'll use ColorZilla to pick it. I'll grab the color. I'll go back and I'll paste the color right in there and it'll change it to blue. And then I'll hit save. Now, immediately when I hit save, you'll notice that this message says that this can't be published yet. Now, what's very important is we need to make sure that we have set this to a base account. In order to do that, you need to go to this left-hand menu. When you click on this menu, you'll notice that there is absolutely nothing there, even though you've already probably hooked up all of your accounts to GHL Plugins. In order to find your accounts, you'll need to type in the first name of the base account. So in this case, I'll type in Brighter. And my agency account, the one I run most of my agency stuff out of the sub account, is going to be right here. So I'll click that. Now I'm hooked up. And now I can save in the top right-hand corner. As you can see, it went green. So we'll start off with the first one. Welcome to course. Now, I can choose to link this to a course that I've given to all of my clients in order for them to understand how to use my system. So if you have a very specific course that you use to teach all of your students who may be enrolled within your white label, this is the perfect place to do it. Here we have the title on the top left-hand side. We have the description. Now here's the action. All of these have a specific action they can go through. If you click here, you can see all the different actions. It can be anything from go to an external page. This is great if you want someone to write you a review and you want to send them to your Google account or something like that. A custom menu link, Launchpad, billing, QR codes, dashboard, and on and on and on. There's so many different things that you can do with this onboarding setup. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to flip over into the account I've already been worked on and show you some of the work that I've already put in that you can copy also if it'll work for you. So I'll hit my back button and I'm going to go to Ultimate Onboarding and I'll click on Setup. Now here I already have it pretty well built out. From the top, I have my Welcome to Course. After that, I add team members. This is great. Now this goes right to the Launchpad. If you remember on the Launchpad of any white label GHL account, all the way at the bottom, you are able to add email addresses so that you can add more team members. Then we can import contacts. Now, importing contacts is one of those things that can be a little difficult for someone who's never used the system before. So all of these different steps have the ability for you to add instructions. If you notice, we have the ability to preview to what is in there. Right now, it's blank, obviously. And after that, we have the setup where we can add all the information. But believe it or not, I'm going to show you one that's even a little harder. I'm going to go over to get your phone number. This is the A2P setup. Oftentimes one of the more difficult things for my clients when they're onboarding. It's actually the first part of their first frustration. And you know what? If we can get them through that frustration, there is a better chance that they won't churn and they will stay in our system. So I'll click on the phone number and I'm going to go over here to my setup right here on the left-hand side. Now, as you can see, I've already added a bunch of different information. I've added my video and a bunch of text here from a Google Doc. So I'm actually going to clear this out and delete it right now and show you how I added it. You may have noticed that I've introduced two new tabs to my setup here. The first thing I'm going to add is the video on YouTube. I'll click over to YouTube, and this is a video that I sent to all of my clients to set up their A2P. I go over here to share, I click on embed, I copy the embed code just by clicking copy right over here, go back to GHL Plugins, click within the box, and then I'll click on this little video icon here and embed my video just like that. After I do that, I want to add my SOP. So I'll click underneath. I'll just make sure I get underneath there. I'll open up my Google Drive. I have my SOP right here. I'm just going to copy the whole thing, go back, and then click paste. And it's already there and it's very nicely formatted. Now there's some extra spacing in here, so I'll just delete a little bit, clean this up, and I'll click done. And that has added it into my setup. So if I click up the preview right here, you'll notice that it's right there. The instructions are ready to go. Now I'll continue going through these buttons. I have my install mobile app, which also goes to the Launchpad. Now, by the way, I don't know if you've noticed here, but there are tags here that we can tag any number of these so that we can have certain functions happen within our GHL account. We have our missed call settings, which goes right to the enable missed call text back. The ability to connect Stripe, it goes right to payment integrations. Set up your domain. Definitely want to put a video and instructions on this one. Set up Outlook, Gmail sync, integrate your calendar, integrate your Messenger and Facebook, update your business details, view conversation, support ticket, book an onboarding call. Now, what's great about this is you can continue to add to this onboarding because it's still going to sit, even after they've used it, it's still going to sit inside of their account so they can always refer back to it. You can leave messages in there, how to contact you, or any number of things. And you can continuously update it and it'll go to all the accounts. So I feel that this is pretty good and ready to go right now. So now I'll click on save. Now that I've clicked on save, I want to see it appear inside of my account. Now, if you remember, and I'll hit the back button so you'll see this, I'm still unpublished. So I'm going to click on the published button. And remember, I have set this so clients can see it, not agency admins. This is very important, and I'll show you why. If I go into my agency account, you'll notice that I don't see a pop-up. That could be very frustrating, but that's because I have added the onboarding tool just for clients. So to see it working for my clients, what I'll need to do is click on the button right here in the top right-hand corner and log in as someone else. I'll use one of my clients' accounts to check this out. Now that I'm in as one of my clients, I can see the pop-up right here. And you'll also notice on the left-hand side, it's completely grayed out. They have to go through all these steps before it will allow them to use the system. All they need to do is click one and click a check mark to say that that one has been done. They can add a team member. Since I'm already in the Launchpad, I can't add to that, but that's right down here. So I'll check that one. Importing contacts will take me to the contacts area. I'll check mark there. Install the mobile app at the Launchpad. Now here we have the phone number. Now, if you remember correctly, I added information for that, and there is my SOP ready for them to use with the video to watch. I'll click the X to remove that, and I'll check mark it. And I'll just go down the list and pretend like I did every single one of these. The last one is actually the one I want to highlight, which is book an onboarding call. This one's very important. Oftentimes, we need people to get on a call with us to set their onboarding up. So what I've added is an external link to make this work. If I click back into GHL Plugins and I click on Book an Onboarding Call, this is actually an external page that I've set up so that they can go to one of my appointment calendars. All I did was put in a funnel with the link ready to go. I'm going to go back over to this tab, and when they click on this, you'll notice a new page opens up with the ability for them to book an appointment call with me. A very simple system to use and very important. Now that I've done that, I'll click on checkmark one last time and then click complete onboarding. And you'll notice immediately that their left-hand navigation is now available to use. And on the right-hand side, we have this cool little cog with a little call out that we can use to bring that right back up in case they need to use anything within the system. And that's all you need to do to add this fantastic onboarding tool to your white label GHL account. I'll see you in the next video.